Today, from Arrowhead Stadium, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game. Pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Operating from the gun, Armstrong. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And they'll run again. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And this time he is in. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. Now a play fake here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
His tremendous season. In passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throw left. Andrews. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On first down, Armstrong. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down now, it's Richards pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
From the gun on third down, Armstrong. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Armstrong. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. That throw. Charles over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They go play action here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, Make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. From the gun, Armstrong. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
7 yards to pick up there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one. Right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 1st and 10, Armstrong. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Thomas. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Yeah, they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch already. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay.
Review the play.
play action. They'll throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Armstrong. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the cross. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Armstrong. Wide open receiver, complete. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Armstrong. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Thomas. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The deep setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And, partner, part of what's gotten him to 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On second down, it's Richards. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Play after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Thomas. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And that is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Andrews. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Andrews. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing on 1st down. Armstrong going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st down, Armstrong. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Armstrong. Now he'll escape to his right. And he works free. And caught it up. And the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Andrews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Open target, here is Matthews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And when you run a drag route like this down near the goal line, you're hoping maybe you get an inadvertent pick to set your man free. A lot of people are calling them natural screens, but this was well defense, and they stopped him for just a short gain.
They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
On 1st and 10, Armstrong going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Armstrong. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Second and 10. Back to throw. Armstrong escapes the sack. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Armstrong. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. He'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, but now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
This pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Toward the pylon, caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. He's back to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guy's going out for pass.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Able to get out across the 40-yard line, so a spectacular play to begin this drive. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated